Welcome to a night of mystery, magic, and adventure. A night of trickery, lies, deceit, and of course, victory. I hail to the gods of old, to Thor, to Odin, but tonight, most importantly, to Bragi, the god of poetry, god of tales. Now, it has been told down and passed down to me from generations, this story, how once Bragi and Aegir were sitting feasting in the halls of Valhalla. And Bragi began to tell the tales of old that the Aesir were a part of. One tale he told that stuck with me for many years is the tale of idunn and her golden apples of youth. Now, idunn has apples from her tree, golden apples. And when the gods eat these apples, they stay young, fit, and strong. Gives them their strength, courage, and their youth. Now, it is one time long ago where Odin, Honir, and Loki were born. As gods get bored, just as mortals do. Sure, all of you have been bored before. Well, they were bored and they decided to search out some new great lands that they had never seen before. So off they went, traveling. Across the mountains, over the seas, off into a distant land that they had never before seen. Now, they had traveled for a very long time, and of course they got hungry, as all travelers get hungry. So Loki says, "Look, Odin, there's some cattle there. Let us eat the cattle tonight, and we will tell the owners tomorrow and pay them for it." So Odin agrees. Let's eat. So slaughter cattle, one cow, and they put it over the fire on a spit, roasting the cow. Went about telling jokes, as dirty old gods do, just as dirty old men do. And Odin went to check on the cow and found that the meat was still raw and spongy. Says, less time must have passed than I thought. We must be having a great time together. Needs to cook a little longer. So he let it cook a little longer, joking and telling tales. And Honir came back and checked the meat. Still raw, he says. Something is not right. This meat needs to cook a little bit longer. Something must not be right. So they go back and tell some more tales, drink some more mead. Loki goes and checks on the cows. Must be done by now. I'm so hungry. Checks the meat and it's still raw. They says something isn't right. Odin checks the meat, says it should be cooked by now. And yet it is as raw as when we first put it upon the flames. Something is not right. Just then, they heard flopping in the tree above. they looked up to see a mighty eagle sitting in the tree. He says, I will let your cattle cook if you first let me eat my fill. Odin says, magic, of course. This eagle has used magic to stop our meat from cooking. Odin says, I don't know, we are all so hungry. If we let him eat, there may not be any left when he's done. It's a mighty big eagle. Odin says, I don't know. Then agrees and says, but if we don't, we eat not at all. So he says, yes, let this meat cook. And like that, the eagle let the meat cook, and it was finished as if all the time cooking had passed, as it did. The eagle swooped down to eat its fill, and Loki grabs a stick and says, I'm not going to be kept from my hard-earned meal. Swung at the eagle. Only the eagle grabbed the stick in its talon and lifted up into the air, swooping its mighty wings. Loki, on the other hand, found that he could not let go, and the eagle dragged him across the ground, being sure to hit his face and his arms and legs against giant boulders and stones and trees as he swooped and swooped, dragging Loki along. Now, Loki screamed out in pain, Stop! Let me go! Now the eagle stopped finally, as he seen Loki was very close to death. And he says, I will let you go if you promise to bring me idunn and her golden apples. Bring them across Bifrost Bridge, and you will have kept your word, and I will let you free. If not, your torture shall continue. Loki says, Never shall I turn against my gods. Eagle says, Have it your way! Oh! And flies, dragging Loki further and further across stones and crags. Finally, Loki pleads, Okay, I will give you tuna and her apples. Just spare my life. The eagle stops, hovering just above the ground. Loki dangling like a small piñata. It says, in 1 week's hence, I will be waiting at dawn for idunn and her apples. If you do not come, I will come and I will kill you. Let's Loki go. Down he falls to the ground, hobbles his way back to his friends. Now, nothing else of importance happens on their journey. They see their new lands and they head home. Now it was 1 week's hence from that dreadful night, and idunn was out tending her apples in her tree as usual. La 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 la, kicking my apples, la 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 la, as idunn always sings as she goes. Now, she noticed something strange and shadowy behind her tree. Upon further investigation, noticed it was Loki spying upon her. She says, Come out, Loki! what do you want? He says, Idunn, it is so great that I found you. I found some golden apples, Idunn. They're just like your apples, but they are much bigger apples and golden. They are just on the other side of Bifrost Bridge. Idunn, you must come see these apples. They're as big as your basket. So Idunn, excited that she may have found another tree such as hers, says, we must see this apple tree at once. He says, quickly, but bring your apples so that we can compare them. So away they went, past the guard Heimdall's palace watch, and down Bifrost Bridge. Just as they got to the ground, mighty eagle swooped and took Idunn and her apples away. And Loki returned to Asgard. Now this eagle was none other than a giant in disguise, as many giants use magic to deceive others. Now this giant was named Thiazi. He lived up in the cold mountains of Jotunheim in a palace called Thrymheim with his daughter, Skaldic. Now, Thiazi had Idunn and her apples and was very excited. Whereas the gods, on the other hand, were far from excited. Bragi told the story to Aegir. He continued on about the gods. Now, can you imagine what he told me? Imagine these gods. Mighty Odin. Strong Thor. Bright, beautiful Balder. And no golden apples. The gods got weak. And old and feeble. Within a week's time, one could not control his bowels, pooing his pants like a drunkard. Another drooled and slobbered. Another's hair, the hair Sif grayed, golden hair. Now the gods knew something was the matter. They had not seen Idunn or her apples. Odin called an assembly, all amass, in my hall immediately. Well, this took some time, as the gods were all cranky and old and achy in their joints. As quickly as they could, they made it to their seats. And Odin checked upon all those who made it. And only two were missing. Idunn and Loki. Find Loki at once! Screamed Odin. And off the gods went, feeble as they were, to find Loki. They searched all across Asgard. And where did they find Loki? None other than in Idunn's very own apple orchard, sleeping under a tree. Smacked Loki upon Loki's head. Wake, Loki! Grab him, bind him, bring him to my throne. The gods seized Loki and brought him to Odin's throne. "What has happened to Idunn?" cried Odin. And Loki, pleading for his life, spilled his tale. How the eagle had captured him upon that stick and had made him vow to give up Idunn to spare his life. Odin said, "You didn't have to keep your word, did ya? Or you could have at least told us so we could have tricked him back." So Odin told Loki, "You must get Idunn back immediately, or I will take off your head." Loki pleaded, said, "If only you give me Freya's falcon skin, I can change into a falcon and fly to get Idunn." Freya hurried to her hall, feeble as she was, her beauty draining with every moment. She snatched up her falcon coat and gave it to Loki and sent him on his way. Loki flew out, across the lands, through Jotunheim, to the coldest mountain tops, and found Thiassi's palace in 3 miles. Now, Thiassi and his daughter Skadi happened to be out fishing that day, convenient, and Loki flew into Thiassi's castle, changed Idunn into a nut, grabbed her in his mouth, and flew away as fast as his little arms could take him. He flew faster and faster, but it was not fast enough, it seems, for Thiassi noticed the flapping of the falcon wings leaving his palace, changed into an eagle, which is faster than a falcon, and nearly caught Loki as he neared Asgard's mighty walls. Now Odin, sitting upon his throne, could see all things of the world, all areas, and he saw the little falcon flying its little wings off, with the mighty eagle close behind. Odin ordered everyone to grab the shavings of wood that they used to kindle their fires and bring them to Asgard's wall. The gods did not hesitate. Old as they were, they used every ounce of strength and speed in them, brought the shavings to the walls of Asgard, and as Loki flew over the wall, Odin cried, "Light the shavings!" And mighty flames flew up into the sky, catching the eagle's wings on fire and grounding him in Asgard, whereby the gods beat him and killed him and smashed him to death. Now, Thiassi was gone and Idunn was back, and in no time the gods had regained their strength. But in 3 days, Skadi waited. For 3 days, she worried where could her father be. She knew the gods must have taken him and probably killed him. So she donned her best armor, her her sword and her shield and her mail. And she stormed off to Asgard to seek revenge. Skadi beat on Asgard's doors until Odin and the gods answered. She cried, "I will kill you all! Where is my father?" Odin, not wanting any more death or deceit, came with a small number of the other gods and approached Skadi and said, "Skadi, your father is dead. We killed him, but only to get back our idunn. I wish not any more death. What tribute can I pay you for your father's death? Will you take gold and silver and riches?" "What need of gold and silver have I? My father was a very rich man. His father left him great inheritance of gold. I have no need for gold. I have a need for blood." Odin asked, pleaded, "What other ways can I appease you?" "Well, I will have a husband and a belly full of laughter. Otherwise, I will kill you all." The anger inside her, Odin knew she was serious. He said, "Let me ask the gods." And he questioned each of the gods. "Will you marry Skadi?" "No, I will not marry the giantess." "Will you marry Skadi?" "No, I will not." Will you someone please marry Skadi?" "No, we will not marry. She is a giant and she is angry." Odin said, "I will let you marry one god, but you can only choose by his feet." So he put all the gods behind a curtain, showing only their feet. Skadi, looking, says, "Those feet are most beautiful. That must be the feet of my beloved Balder, shining, glorious Balder. I will take those feet, that man," she screams. Out from the curtain comes Noatin's own Njord, father of twins Freya and Frigg. Njord, god of the sea and wealth. "Very good husband indeed," cries Odin. "Oh, I have been tricked. Those are not the most beautiful feet of my Balder." Njord cries, "But I am a man of the sea. My feet are always in water. I must very much take care of them. Of course my feet are the most beautiful here." So, at once they were married. "Baxter, come here, boy. There's one more thing that you have not provided me with." One moment. "There's one more thing you have not provided me with. I have no laughter in my belly. I am still raging with anger. You must still make me laugh or I will kill you all." Odin says, very worried, that if anyone can make her laugh, it must be the trickster god himself. So call for Loki. "Loki! in comes Loki, worried as always, and especially worried when he sees Scott the dog. Yazi, the giant, was the eagle who dragged him across the land and made him swear to take Idunn to him, and he had to get Idunn back, and so much death, and oh my god. What, Odin? We need you to make Scotty laugh. Well, let me tell you a story. This one time I was going to market, and I had with me a goat, as you see. But my hands were filled to the brim with produce for the market. So, I tied a rope to my goat's belly. You know his cuff right there. And the other part I tied to my tegament. Your what? That's what she said. My tegament. My testicles, dear lady. To my testicles. My arms are full. So I was walking, and away comes the goat, and it was the most difficult goat of the day. Go, goat. Oh, and we were pulling and yanking, and oh, and the goat, and it was pulling so hard, and oh, and oh, and oh, and I knew not what to do, and oh, ooh. And Scotty laughed and laughed. Thereby, she got all of what she wanted. On top of it, Odin reached down and pulled the Ozzy's eyes out and cast them into the heavens to be bright stars to watch down upon the gods forever. Now, we must return shortly to the story of Skadi and Noatan. It's best Njord. Now, for their honeymoon, they went to Skadi's home in Thrymheim, in Jotunheim.